everyone, welcome back to Sally Mama's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making zucchini pancakes. It's really easy to make. I grew up eating it. My grandmother used to make it for me all the time when I was a kid. I make it for my kid all the time now and he loves it. And it's actually a great way to get veggies into your kids. You only need 3 ingredients. I think it only takes 5 minutes from start to finish, and I'm going to show you how to make it. So let's get cooking. Okay, so for this recipe, you're going to need 1 medium zucchini. Now, the size is relative, of course. But this is about the size that I use. You want your zucchini hard, firm, you know. Well, get your minds out of the gutter, people. 3 eggs, some flour. This is my oh so beautiful flour container, and salt and pepper. Oh, that was so inappropriate. Okay, so to start with your clean zucchini, you're gonna need to cut the bottom off. Just a little bit of the bottom off, like that. And I don't cut the top off. And I'll explain why. Because when you get close to the end, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really clumsy when I grate. And I tend to add a little bit more protein into things, you know, like your fingernails. So a way to prevent that is if you got something to hold on to, you're less likely to grate yourself into the bowl. You're gonna need a grater. You can use a box grater. I happen to have one of these hand graters. And just grate directly into your bowl. Okay, see what I mean? I'm all the way to the bottom and my hands are nowhere near the grater. Okay, so this is gonna depend on your zucchini. So every zucchini is different. My zucchini happens to be fairly okay, as in it's not leaching out a ton of water. If your zucchini happens to leach out a ton of water, you're gonna wanna squeeze out some of the water. So just take it over the sink and just squeeze out a little bit of the water. Mine is not so bad. And like I said, if you feel that it's a little bit moist, that's okay, because we'll adjust the flour depending on the wetness of your zucchini. So that's why my recipe says 1/2 cup, but it's really approximate because every zucchini is different. But I'll show you the consistency that you want, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so in your bowl, once if you need to squeeze out the liquids, you just have your zucchini, and you're gonna just crack your eggs directly into your bowl. All right, I like to go old school the way my grandmother did it, which is with chopsticks, but you can use a spatula, whatever. And because I'm lazy and I don't wanna wash another bowl, I just do everything in here. So just scramble your eggs a little bit, and then mix it with your zucchini. And as you can see, it's pretty wet right now, but that's okay, because that's where our flour is gonna come in. Okay, so we're gonna start with putting in about 1/2 cup. Don't get too caught up. You can always put a little less and then add a little more as you go. But I can tell that mine's probably gonna need about 1/2 cup. So I'm gonna sprinkle in just shy of 1/2 cup. I'll leave just a little bit left and mix it in. So this is probably gonna need all of it. So I'm gonna just dump the rest of it in. And we're actually pretty good. So I'm lucky enough that my zucchini happened to work perfectly to my recipe today. So this is the kind of consistency. So you want it slightly thick, but not too thick, because then it'll just get doughy. And here's a tip. If you happen to put too much flour to begin with and you're like, oh no, how do I undo it? Don't add water, because that'll change the consistency of your pancakes completely. Add another egg. It's all right. 4 eggs, no big deal. Put in the 4th egg and then add a little bit more flour to balance it out. And of course, if it's too watery, then just add a little bit of flour. So once this is done, I'm just gonna season it up with a bit of salt and pepper. I tend to under salt it a little bit because my kid, and myself included, I like to eat it either with hot sauce or soy sauce, so you don't want it to be too salty. But if you want to eat it straight up like that, then season it, you know, to your liking. Now batter's ready to go. Time to fry up. Okay, so to start, I use a nonstick pan. It'll just make your life a whole lot easier. Put it on high and just use some regular vegetable oil. I use canola oil, you can use sunflower oil. Okay, you'll know when your oil is hot enough when either you can feel the heat or you can start seeing a little bit of rippling action happening in your pan. You want your oil pretty hot before you put it in. So I use a ladle about this big. Use whatever you have. Spoon, ladle, whatever. Make them as big or as small as you want. Make them whatever shape you want. To your heart's desire, people. Make them however which way you want. Keep in mind though, the bigger they are, the longer they're gonna cook. And don't make them too thick, because again, it'll take too long to cook. So I put about 1 ladle full, and then I spread it out ever so slightly so that it cuts down on cooking time, because I don't want to be standing in front of the stove forever. And just let it go. You can turn your heat down a little bit to like medium high, just so that it doesn't burn or brown too much before it's time to flip. Okay, so we're ready to flip here. If you can see, it's already starting to dry up a bit, but not completely in the center. And you can see perfectly brown on the bottom. I like mine a little crispy, so I let it go a little bit further. Now keep in mind, I did turn this down to medium so that we don't completely burn. And just flip with confidence, people. Flip with confidence. And let it cook on the other side for maybe another minute or so. Okay. So, we're ready. Turn the heat off. Now you got your pile of zucchini pancakes. It's really good. It's kind of good for you. I mean, it's got your veggies, it's got your protein, and it's got a bit of carb. Give it a try. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like these, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and little bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video. For full recipes, you can always check out my website, and don't forget you can leave your questions and comments below. See you next time.